Hi everyone, welcome back to True Memory. I hope you are all well by the grace of God. My new subscribers, thank you so much for subscribing. My returning subscribers, I truly appreciate your support. This afternoon, I'm coming to bring you another news about Niger. In fact, Niger, Mali, and Burkina Faso. France has said that he's not going to leave Africa. According to what he's saying, it's like Africa owe him. Without France, Mali, Burkina Faso, Niger, and the rest, they will not exist. They will never exist. So he is not going to do whatever he can to reinstate the president. People are saying that he's too close to the president, the former president, I will call it. But he's not, because he's president. That's why he is close to him. And also he said that imagine if it is Portugal and the rest that coup has taken place. Would they sit down and watch? And I'm like, there's a lot going on in this world that they were all sitting down and watching for them to, to progress. And why particularly Niger that is so interested and he will not leave? The France ambassador has been expelled. He has been given 10 days to leave. And I think it's about 3 days now or so. And he's refusing to go. According to Macron, he's still there and he's not going to go anywhere. So he is going to, change policies in ECOWAS. I said, are you African? You're going to change policies to suit you because you want the president of Niger, the former president, to come back, and you do not. He said, we do not recognize the coup leader. I said, okay. But he's really annoyed. So let's listen to what he has to say about what's going on in Niger, Burkina Faso, and Mali, and particularly Niger, because this man is so upset, He doesn't want to leave them alone. He called the demonstrated the local people on the street. He has been following the news and he has been seeing the local people, and do they have to listen to them? If they listen to them, it means they have lost power. I can understand why he's saying that, because if they keep quiet, the rest will also line up and follow up. Togo, where are you? The rest, where are you? Ivory Coast and the rest will also line up. So he's not going to give up, and he's calling the ambassadors to stand up. He called it his enemies. I said, who is your enemy? Is the Africans your enemy? If they are, they want you to leave and you are crying. You don't want to leave. Okay, please let's listen to what he has to say about him leaving Africa. To him, it's impossible. He's not going to leave Africa. Without him, Africa, those countries will not exist. I look for the history for that. The reason why he said without him, they will not exist. I couldn't find anything concrete. But what I've found is how France is exploiting Africa. The places that he has established himself. But I haven't found any place that says that France is there and the people are so filthy rich like France. But what I found is opposite. He also mentioned that they are partners. I was like, a partners share things equally. I haven't seen any partner. If I'm in partnership with someone and the person has to get 99.9% and I have to get like 1%, that's not partnership. That is not partnership. It's slavery. Is it partnership for those countries to give their money, their reserve money to France to be earning interest? That is not partnership. It's not anywhere partnership. This is controlling. That's what I will call it. So now the oppressed said, I don't want you to control me anymore. I want that chain off me, and I want to be on my own. And Macron said no. Oh my goodness. I was watching this video listening, and I was laughing. I was like, what? He's crying. He said he's not going. So I'm just praying. It's like the war is going to happen. The way he's refusing, he's calling for the war to come on. And I'm calling on African leaders to stand up. It's about time. This cannot continue that if certain countries, so-called rich countries, are getting something for free from Africa and African leaders stand up, then it has been, they are there for terrorists and they are there. Who created those terrorists? It's them. And I bet you, if there's war, and even if there's no war, these terrorists will increase times 10,000. Because the terrorists are them. They will increase it and they will say, you see, we told you. We told you that this country will be destroyed. They will find way and means to destroy those countries. These countries cannot stand on their own without the rest of the African countries' support. We need to stand up. Our leaders need to stand up and support these countries. But like I said in my last video, because they are afraid of their own shadows, because they know what is happening will happen to them. And this is what they are telling the ECOWAS leaders that, well, if you keep quiet, it will be your turn. They will come to you. He even said it. Well, I'm not allowed to play long videos about that, but I will be showing part of it. That he said that if they sit down, ECOWAS sit down and watch, it will be their turn. This is the right time for Africa to seize the opportunity to free, to liberate themselves forever. Because it's like the Russia and the West are fighting. The West think if Russia take over, then when it comes to fight, Africa will support Russia. So they are afraid. He mentioned China. Let me give you, he mentioned China as well, that before they didn't understand China. Yes, they didn't. They didn't understand what China was doing. Now China is getting all the resources from Africa. And if they do not stand up now, it will be different. And therefore, he's not going to leave Africa alone. He's not going to leave Africa alone. It seems like, from my understanding, like the cabinet or the ambassadors, whoever they are advising him to leave it alone. And he's annoyed. He's completely pissed off about leaving it alone. He doesn't want to leave it alone. So please, let's listen to what he has to say about Niger and the rest. Thank you so much for listening.
In Africa, our approach is not just security-based. It's not even the mainstay of our approach. But there is a strong security component because of the terrorist risks, which are ongoing, and also because sovereign states request that we come in and help. It is against this backdrop that the Serval and operations have been decided, and I'm saying this forcefully because if we forget that, and if we give in to the unacceptable arguments put forward by this Baroque alliance between Pan-African leaderships and neo-imperialists, then this is a madhouse. France intervened in Africa as early as 2013 because African states asked us to, because they were being divided into two. Without the French intervention, if our troops had not died in action in Africa, if the Serval and Barkhane operations had not been launched, today we wouldn't be talking about Mali, Burkina Faso, or Niger. Those states would no longer exist with their existing borders, and I can say that. with 100% certainty. Sometimes I hear French political leaders explain to us that Barkhane operation was a failure. Why are you using the enemy's arguments? This doesn't help anyone. And you're not paying tribute to our own troops. So we need to forcefully stand for the legitimacy of those operations. We came in to help countries that are our friends and our partners. We help them defend their own soil against terrorists at home. Was that a wrong thing to do?
Yeah, there's a lot of coups in Africa, and if ECOWAS leaders have to leave them, then they know what will happen. It's not going to abandon the president, and he's going to fight. So what are the African leaders thinking? What are they doing? What are they doing now before it's too late? For me, I don't support any coup in any country, any African country, because our leaders has borrowed enough, and any coup that will happen will be another borrowing to rebuild the country again, and so it will take us back instead of moving forward. So for me, I pray that there's no other coup. But this man is damn serious that he's not leaving. And he knows the reason why he's not leaving. Many of us, or many of you watching, knows why France will never leave Africa alone. This is the time for Africa to liberate itself before it's too late. Thank you so much for your time. I truly appreciate your time. Please leave your comments. Your comments matters on this channel. Your comments, we all learn from the comments. Please leave a comment, share it, and subscribe if you are new. By the way, my name is Mamri. Thank you so much, and I will see you soon. Bye-bye.